Did you guys know that Eledon Pharmaceuticals has cured 5 people with type 1 diabetes? And my daughter has type 1 diabetes, my 6-year-old daughter. And I can tell you firsthand how incredibly difficult this disease is to manage and how horrible it is. So how did Eledon cure people with type 1 diabetes? Well, let me explain. When you have type 1 diabetes, your beta cells on your pancreas do not produce insulin. They're dead, they don't work. So people with type 1 diabetes have to take insulin either from a pump or from a shot. What Eledon did is they gave these patients new beta cells that produce insulin. But the problem is, anytime you put something foreign into someone's body that doesn't belong to them, whether it be a kidney or a liver or a heart or new beta cells, your body is going to immediately reject that and kill that unless there is a way to protect it. For the last several decades, the drug that has been used to protect a new organ in somebody's body is called tacrolimus. But tacrolimus is a horrible, terrible drug. It is toxic to the kidneys, it's toxic to the nervous system, it leads to hypertension and insulin resistance and terrible tremors. A lot of people get terrible tremors, and these things happen over time, and eventually the organ or the cells that this drug is protecting, they will fail. It does not last forever. And here's the worst part when it comes to type 1 diabetes. Tacrolimus is actually toxic to the beta cells themselves that produce insulin, so that the beta cells do not perform their function to their full capacity. So here is the best and most exciting part of my video. Eledon has a new drug called tegoprubart. And what that drug does is it protects new organs and new cells in someone's body. And it has none of those toxicities that tacrolimus has that I just listed. And it doesn't have any of the nasty side effects. It's not toxic to the kidney, not toxic to the nervous system. It does not lead to hypertension or insulin resistance over time. And most importantly, it is not toxic to the beta cells that produce insulin. So these beta cells are able to actually perform to their full capacity, and they do an amazing job at controlling blood sugar. When somebody gets this new drug, tegoprubart, they are able to go off of their insulin within 1 month. And with tacrolimus, the old nasty drug, it usually takes somewhere between 3 and 6 months, sometimes longer, for patients to go off of insulin. But they've got all these nasty side effects to deal with, and then the graft will not last forever. The beta cells will not last forever. So where is this trial at right now? Eledon is going to be dosing 12 people with type 1 diabetes with their new drug when they receive an islet cell transplant, and it's going to cure them of their type 1 diabetes 1 month after they get their islet cell transplant. And here is some more really exciting news. Eledon is going to be dosing 10 patients with type 1 diabetes that have some degree of kidney dysfunction, because they are not candidates to receive that old nasty drug tacrolimus because it is toxic to the kidneys. But they are candidates to receive Eledon's drug tegoprubart, and they are all going to be cured if I can predict the future. As a healthcare professional, I am trying to help you understand how incredibly significant and amazing this new drug is. It is going to revolutionize the organ transplant industry, and it is going to cure type 1 diabetes. You guys, this is so huge. I spend all of my free time researching about type 1 diabetes and different companies that are working towards a cure, and I firmly believe that this company, Eledon Pharmaceuticals, is going to cure my daughter of type 1 diabetes in the not too distant future. There are not enough people that know about this, and that is the reason I am making this video. So please spread the word and get excited, you guys, because we have some amazing things coming our way for type 1 diabetes.